in your testimony discussed the need for the U.S. and European Union to work together to secure reliable access to critical mineral supply chains. And as you know, Secretary Granholm was in northern Nevada last week to announce a $2 billion loan guarantee to help Nevada-based Redwood Materials manufacture and recycle critical components of the lithium-ion batteries. We all know these batteries are going to play a crucial role in expanding our clean energy economy. These investments are possible due in part to the creation of the battery grant program that was created here as part of the bipartisan infrastructure law, something that I absolutely supported and will continue to, and we need to continue to support the processing and refining that we have done here through the programs that we have passed. Nevada, and I can't stress this enough, is really the growing nexus for our clean energy and critical mineral future, because it is the only state in the U.S. that encompasses every facet of the critical mineral and advanced battery economy, from the mining of the critical mineral deposits to the research and development to processing and manufacturing, and finally to the recycling operations. This is a perfect example of the economy that we believe that we should be investing in. So let me ask you this, and let me start with Assistant Secretary Light. One, how is DOE utilizing these new programs that we have been talking about and authorities to address these international supply chains? And then how do you envision the collaboration that the two of you have been talking about that we need to do? So Secretary Light, let me start with you.
Thanks very much, Senator, for the question. I know the Secretary very much enjoyed her trip to Nevada. I mean, it is, as you said, just a great object lesson in how we can sort of see the future where all of it is done, in one place, from the mining to the manufacturing and refining and goes on through the entire supply chain. So using the authority and the funds provided by the bipartisan infrastructure legislation and the Inflation Reduction Act, we're doing a number of things. We have already issued a number of awards and announcements, including $74 million in funding to select advanced domestic battery recycling and reuse, $350 million for long-duration energy storage demonstration project FOA, $30 million for energy storage lab calls, $12 million for lithium extraction and conversion from geothermal. It just goes on and on and on. The people working on that in that part of the building have one of the greatest jobs because they get to be as creative as possible on this to make sure that we can, as Senator Barrasso pointed out, respond to China, which is already way out in front in a very dangerous way, in a way that is analogous to where Russia was with Europe on the gas supply. And so we've got to stop that, and we are deploying everything we can, not only to reshore, but to create those supply chains here on those credits. I'd also like to say that we're doing this globally, internationally. DOE is part of, along with the European Commission, is part of 4 platforms, separate platforms from the Mineral Security Partnership, where we're looking at how can we combine resources on acquisition of this technology to advance work through different platforms to work on recycling and all these other measures to increase diversification of supply in critical technologies. And I'm very proud to say that one of the singular achievements that Secretary Granholm achieved when she chaired the International Energy Agency Ministerial last March was to create a new voluntary stockpiling program for critical minerals in the International Energy Agency. IEA, as you know, was created to stockpile oil. Now we're going to look at stockpiling critical minerals as well in case we get these bottlenecks, whether they happen by accident or intentionally, and have something to hedge against them.
Thank you. And Director General Jørgensen, any thoughts on the collaboration and what we should be thinking about here?
Yes, I think first of all that indeed collaboration, cooperation with partners, with allies is absolutely essential for our energy security, because our energy security relies on critical raw materials, in particular raw materials for renewable energy, but also for batteries, energy storage. So essential that we work together. We've got our own program, and we'll be presenting in just a few weeks a Critical Raw Materials Act within the European Union, as well as a Net Zero Industry Act. So that is our European part of it. And linked to that, of course, is the very close international cooperation. We've got the Critical Raw Materials Alliance. We've got work in the International Energy Agency. And so we're going to continue the close cooperation and step it up. Also, I think in the context of the US-EU Energy Council meeting in just a few months from now.
Thank you. I know my time is just about up. I will submit the rest of my questions for the record. Thank you again for the panel members that are here today.
Thank you, Senator. Now we're going to